here we all are. We're back from Chinatown. There's two types of duck that I got here. Now, this is the traditional Peking duck, where they slice it down the middle and they hang it. It takes a couple of days to make. Now, it's not always as tender as I like. So what I do is I take the Peking duck and then I take the roasted duck. I like to use the heads as a garnish. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to hand over to Eddie, who I want to strip the ducks.
Peel them.
And, yeah, peel them and peel them.
Skin and everything?
Yeah, skin, the whole 9 yards, everything,
okay.
right?
All right?
So while Eddie's doing that, I'm going to start doing the sauce that is going to go with the salad. Now, if you want ginger, you peel ginger with a spoon, okay? You take that off with a spoon because that's the fastest and quickest way of doing it. And it's also cost effective because you don't lose a huge amount of ginger, which you would normally do with a knife. Normally, what I do is I buy shallots, and I buy shallots already peeled.
You're lazy because you're lazy.
Because I'm lazy, absolutely. But occasionally you have to do the dirty work yourself.
Originally, who you made it for?
Quentin Tarantino gave my wife away, and Eddie was there, and it was at David Giler's house, and I knew the thing, and I refused to have anyone else do the cooking. So when I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning on my wedding day, I went, and I cooked till like sort of 10 o'clock, started getting shit-faced. And then I had a shower, and of course my hair was all wet. And my mother always looks at the wedding pictures and says I look like the sixth Beatle that got left behind. The shallot's very important. I'll put them in there. Now I'm going to put some garlic in here. Again, bloody pain in the arse having to peel garlic. So what you do is you just press down on it and like that. You do that, done.
William, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where did you learn how to start a cook?
Well, I actually, I call myself the nouveau pauvre because I grew up in castles and had butlers and footmen and cooks, and I was very bored, and so I used to sit there and get taught to cook by the cooks and this and that. Unfortunately, the English aristocracy then decided that they weren't going to work for however long, and so they blew all their money. So I'm the first generation that actually has to think. And cooking seemed a good excuse for a real job.
Yeah, you were 24 years old when you arrived here, right? With a nice big lot of money in the credit account.
Right. A lot of money in the credit account, but now, you know, it's funny how fast it goes. It's easy to make, it's very hard to hold on to. Anyway, we just had a fabulous time, and lunch often went into dinner.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, invariably.
Because I think you gang has the records at the Dome from starting lunch at 11:30, and you left at 2 o'clock in the morning. We had to throw you out there. But at least you paid your bill.
Anyway, now we're going to go and get some Thai chilies, okay? Snip the top off. The thing is, you don't want it just too bloody hot. And if you leave the pips in, it's going to be too hot. If you do go to the bathroom and have a Jimmy Riddle, yeah, you are gonna have a little tingle for a while, you know. But what's wrong with that? I mean, at least you know you still got the fucker. Well, I'm going to give you another task because I know your knife skills are good. Now, what I do is I just peel. I peel back the first couple of pieces, and then I cut the end. But then you've got to do it real thin, because if you don't do it real thin, it doesn't work.
Okay. And how much of this you need?
Well, you know, just to be a bastard.
No.
Look at that, look at that, look at that. I like a little mint in this. Ooh, lovely, jubbly. Mint goes in there. I'm going to do this. It's a Persian cucumber.
Persian?
It's Persian cucumber. And they're very nice and crunchy, and they're very nice. I like the English ones, but these actually work much better, and you don't have to take the middles out and things like that. You know what? While I'm doing the cilantro, why don't you do your magnificent angles
with the cucumbers?
With the cucumbers, because
okay.
you're actually a better angler than I am.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to take some cilantro. I'm just going to cut it. Bang, done. And that's really the salad.
Oh, the cilantro is the salad.
The cilantro is the salad.
You better put this in a bigger bowl, because that's not going to fit in there.
Absolutely. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Now we're fucking cooking. I'm going to do that. Look at that. I'm going to do this. Is I'm going to get the sweet and sour. The Thais don't use salt. You can put salt in here, doesn't work. Absolutely does not work. This is fish sauce. Put the cucumbers in.
There we are.
There's your basic salad, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, Eddie's gonna turn his oven on.
Yeah.
We're gonna just do a little that so it keeps it wet, okay?
Now what is this?
That is the juice that comes with the duck from downtown. So we need a little warmth in that.
I'll go here.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we wanna crispy this up because this is gonna be the garnish.
Yeah.
Okay? And everyone likes crispy skin. I mean, it's uncivilized not to have crispy. So
here we get a nice piece here.
We have nice pieces all over.
Goes
underneath the broiler. And there. And you close it up for a second because
no, it can stay open.
Yeah. Listen, this is cooking fast, okay? So what I want to do, I know this duck, okay, is warm. It's a warm duck salad. It's not a roasted duck salad. It's a warm duck salad. So I know this is the right temperature. So I'm going to take it out, and while I take this out, Eddie's going to watch that, because I'm going to bring this up here, and I'm going to start doing this, okay? I'm going to start breaking up the duck into the salad. By the time I finish this, Eddie's crispy skin will be perfect. I'm now ready. And now garnish.
Look at this.
Now we just take this.
Well, you want to take the...
Oh, we can take
to burn your hands?
Tong? No, yeah, all right.
Here.
Asbestos fingers. Look at that. Take this. Okay. And what I like to do, just to piss Americans off, is do that. Do that. And do that. There's your garnish. There's your duck salad.
But you know what I say?
What?
It's yum yum.
It's yum yum?
It's yum yum.
Yum yum?
Yeah, it's yum yum. William, it's been really a pleasure to have you in my kitchen. I thank you, and I hope to see you again soon.
It's been a pleasure, and twist my rubber arm. Like that.
Thank you, buddy.
Like that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm going to actually have another mouthful.
Those bottles.